Yo, what is going on, Niz Nation? How are we all? Hope you're fantastic. I am. Hope you lot are doing well. Hope this lockdown business is treating you as well as it can. I've got another Revenge of Mike Ashley episode today, and I am going to go through what's happened so far, where we're at, how it's looking, signings made. As you can see, Sunderland are top. I probably won't go through many fixtures. Just going to show you any sort of highlight if there are any. So starting way back when we first kicked off with Oxford, we went on. Bear in mind, I have simmed it until what I've been doing. I've simmed it from the start until the 1st of December. After that, I simmed it again, then to the 31st, just so obviously we've got that transfer window in case I think there's any sort of signings I think we need to make. The first big win, surprisingly, we haven't had that many big wins considering the strength of this squad. Like, we've got Fernando here. We've got Fernando out on the left, Jahan Baks on the right, Edouard up top, cleverly Castanos, Solet, everyone knows Castanos from our last series. We've got Patterson from the last series making Borough a big club, and also Taylor from the same series. Oh, and Makudi for good measure. We have just signed Mustafi, very cheap deal actually, 9 point something million I think it was. Fortunately, we have got Amari Bell to play that left back role. If Amari Bell gets injured, we're chuffed really. Yeah, I'm trying to sell Duncan one more, get rid of a lot of the old guard. I have added some homegrown nation and homegrown club to some players, just because there's so many different qualifying reasons for each player in League One, which I wasn't aware of. But yeah, this side should comfortably be challenging the top. It is, obviously we're first at the moment, only 5 points ahead, which is a surprise. However, we've barely lost. We've lost to Lincoln, we lost to Bristol, and we lost to Fleetwood. Other than that, and there was the loss in the FA Cup 4th round. Our goal was to get to the 4th round in the FA Cup, according to our bosses. But aside from that, the only massive wins, we've had 4-1, 4-0, 5-0, 4-1 again, another 5-0 against Fleetwood. It's not been as many as you'd have expected for a team like that to beat a team in the Sky Bet League One. What I am going to say is I will probably have a look at some of the highlights of these episodes. Let's, for example, jump in with this one. We'll watch the goals, just have a look. In fact, you know what? Let's have a look at the comprehensive highlights. Actually, key highlights probably would have been better. That was stupid. Comprehensive would be all of the stuff. Let me jump back out of that, and we'll get back in and go with key. Let's go with key highlights. There might not be anything good. It might just be we scored a fair few goals, and that's about it. But we'll have a look. We'll have a watch. Fantastic tackle from Jahan Bashk there. Patterson, still a top defender, probably really good at this level, you know. Solet, Makudi to Mustafi back to Rodak. My only fear is, will this side compete in the Championship? I'm not sure. I hope so. Big Grigg there. Big ball over to Edouard. Edouard got himself a goal. It's no surprise the goalkeeping quality isn't that good in this league. But yeah, this and a couple of other 5-0 wins were the sort of highlight of our actual first half of the season. I will be simming until the actual January transfer window. Hopefully, we'll get a half decent budget We are being told in regards to our youth report, which I'll show you after this, that we could have two fantastic, or a couple of fantastic defenders. I don't know if it was two or maybe three, in our youth development team coming through, so that'll be exciting to see. Big goal from Patterson there. He's definitely doing well for us in the making Borough a big club save, and that's why I chose to sign him for our lowly Sunderland that are going to be top. How are we all receiving this series so far? Because obviously it's a bit controversial given the takeover that may be happening or is happening at Newcastle. It's a bit of an interesting one. Obviously, we are taking Mike Ashley's place in regards. Well, we're taking Newcastle's place in regards to Mike Ashley being our chairman, owner, club manager. But I think it's quite an interesting concept. It was actually suggested to me by a friend of mine, Oliver. He did give me the idea for this series. He thought it'd be quite cool. He's actually a Sunderland fan himself. So I'm hoping it does work out really well. So I do think it's quite cool. And as a man that's been to Sunderland to watch to go clubbing and stuff before, I do enjoy Sunderland. It's a good place. But yeah, here Fernando to Edouard to, I think that was back to Cleverley actually. But yeah, we do win this one 5-0. Olejnik in the net for Mansfield. Benning. Mustafi. I think Mustafi actually had a really good game. Johan back through to Edouard. Edouard, who is clinical. He's fantastic. He just doesn't stop scoring. He's great. A 4-minute double solo from Sunderland. Yeah, we actually scored all 5 of those goals in the first half. That is not a typical situation. I don't think I've seen a side as dominant since when I went to maybe Watford versus Manchester City when they got hammered 8-0. Didn't even turn out to be actually that was obviously earlier this season. So yeah, very interesting. It's crazy that football at the moment could still be postponed for a long period of time. It's very saddening. But alas, let's have a look at the youth candidates. So first, there are a minimum of 2 centre-backs that look promising. We have one good young Irish central defender from Sligo. Sligo, I think they are me and my dad had a conversation about Sligo the other day actually. Who has caught the eye. This is a terrific group of players coming through. Has the potential to be a real golden generation for the club. However, we don't have any great numbers of players coming through in a single position. We haven't got any new wing-backs coming through. Most of the central midfielders won't make, or they don't look like they'll make the grade. Most of our attacking midfielders coming through look to be below the required standard. There are a few good wingers in general, and most of our new strikers coming through look like they fall short of the required standard. Now that isn't good, but alas, we'll make do with it. I am rotating my formation, just letting you know, between that and Goal Machine by somebody called Dark XS. I imagine that is. But yeah, so far it does work all right, as you can see. It's very interesting having some players that don't know how to play up top. We have still got Zach Clough, who can play up top. Castanos, Cleverley, Baker in midfield. It works really well. Castanos is just so versatile. Look, can't play ball winning midfielder very well, but Carrillo or Carrilero, central midfielder, roaming playmaker, deep line playmaker, box to box midfielder, and he's solid as an AP or a Mazzala, which is fantastic. Castanos is just I think I run out of superlatives when it comes to it. However, my girlfriend, I think, does think I've got an unhealthy obsession with him, as I tell her about, how brilliant he's been in the Middlesbrough save, and she just nods her head and pretends she knows what I'm on about. But what I'm going to do is I am going to take a quick break here, sim to the end of the season, and then we'll see how we've done. Hopefully we get half decent performance out of the lads for the latter half of the season, and we do go up as champions. So let's see how that goes. Yo. Yeah, once again we are back. We did go up as we expected as champions. As you can see here, 104 points, 67 goal difference. 6 games lost, unfortunately. 5 drawn, 33 wins, and 44 played, because obviously there's only 23 teams in the actual league now. How will that balance out? I am curious. So, League 2, let's jump into the league table. So obviously 4 people go up to then. Oh, that doesn't make sense, does it? Am I working that out right? So 4 go down, 4 go back up, but that just takes it back to 23 teams, does it not? Unless an extra one goes down from the championship. No, just 3. And 3, I imagine. Yeah, 3 promoted. I have no idea, viewers. I didn't know if that was how. I don't know, because Bury being that way. Someone's just done a treble, it says. Liverpool celebrate the famous treble. So they won the FA Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and Community Shield. Wow. I can't lie to you, viewers. I would not be counting that as a treble. But that's just me. What did City win this season? They won another Premier League. Did they win the Carabao Cup? What have they won this season? Surely there's a overview. Competitions. 2020 Premier League. Carabao Cup. So they won the Carabao Cup. They won the Premier League. And are they in the final of the Champions League, possibly? I do not know. Let's champions. UEFA champion. Oh, it's actually licensed. No, Liverpool versus Barcelona in the final. I noticed with them making Middlesbrough a big club save, Barcelona end up absolutely stacked in most, if not all, saves I've noticed so far. Ricky Puig, actually from the youth team. Musa Wag or Wag. Matheus Pereira? Yeah, Pereira from Juve. Bit odd that they've signed players. I mean, we have actually decided to sign Martin Braithwaite. He didn't do much for us, I can't lie. Well, he did and he didn't. He ended up coming in, 13 appearances, 7 goals, 8 in total, and 11... what? Right, overall, club, 15 appearances, so 11, and then 4. Got 8 goals. I'm happy with that. We signed him at the latter end of January just because I thought it was for the best. Ooh, Luke Shaw on a 11.5 million transfer? Probably not. Not a good plan, I don't think. These are the well-selling shirts. See, the beauty of this is now, I can, because obviously I've got Bandicam, I can now start showing you lot our actual, like, more detailed side of things, thankfully. So we did win the league, Sky Bet League 1. We also took home the leasing.com trophy. We won an extra time against Forest Green Rovers. It's actually highly ranked in reality, 64th. Only, the FA trophy's just behind it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at trophy reputation. So leasing.com trophy. It's up there with the Croatian Super Cup, the Armenian Super Cup, the Moldovan Cup, the FA Trophy. Let's look at the first. So first is the FA Cup, obviously. Spanish Cup, Belgian Cup, Pokal, DFB Pokal, Portuguese, Italian, Austrian, French, Swiss, Scottish, Turkish, Greek. So it's quite down there, viewers. In reality, I've just chatted a load of bollocks. It's actually quite low down on that list. But for a trophy that only a few people can join, it's pretty. I'd say it's pretty up there. But alas, I did want to just jump in and show you. Basically, we had won the league. We go up as champions. Hopefully, we'll go and get promoted. I don't know what's happened. Mike Ashley did. Our Mike Ashley had the promise of building a new stadium. He's not going to do that anymore. We have been given a fat old budget of 135 million and 2.5 million, well, 2.6 million in the wages. So I think we are well stacked. Let's have a look at the assistance report of what we could do. We could do with a couple more strikers. We've got Braithwaite, Edouard, and Gray. I'll sign a third striker, perhaps. That's just for this formation. It's a rotating one. Now we've not got any not many weaknesses. So not best squad in terms of jumping. We need more depth, and we need another left back. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. I think we're quite comfortable. But yeah, let's jump on. Let's have a quick search for who. I'm just gonna go for listed players. I have set it quite low, so I can only have 20. The beauty of this is there's no actual ruling according to this. Within the wage budget, it doesn't tell me I'm not allowed to sign old players. So unlike our Borough save, it doesn't tell me I'm only allowed certain players. And Michy Batshuayi looks like he's going to be the man to come and join us here. Imagine him, he's got that bit of acceleration, he's got 14 pace, him, Edouard and Braithwaite up top. Do I go for nostalgia's sake and sign the young king Britt Sombalonga? We've just sold him on the Borough save. If you haven't checked that out already, you probably should. I don't think that's a good idea. Will Keane, another call? Why is Will Keane not worth any? Or is it his brother, maybe, that's worth something? Let's Keane. Oh no, it's Michael Keane, isn't it? Yeah, Michael Keane's his twin brother, but he's actually worth something. Both came out the Man United Academy. Yeah, odd one that. I do not know why that would be the case. I don't think it'd be worth a punt either, unfortunately. Let's put that up finally to... In fact, I'm going to have a look, see who we can get. 30... Let's go to a maximum of 33. I was hoping Luis Suarez might have been listed, you know. That'd have been a nice little one. We could get Walcott. Has he still got a bit of pace? Yeah. At 31, still a speedster. 3.7. Is he worth having as a backup? I think he'd tear Championship apart. Fuck it. He's 3.7 million. What's the worst that can happen? Forestier is a good little player to sign. Right, I'm getting ahead of myself now, boys and girls. It's actually not good. We don't want another. Let's not do that. Rudiger Stead. Yeah, 6k. I think I sold him for 1 point something on my save. I don't know if the value of players is mismatched all over this at the moment. But alas, let's have a look at a left back. Funnily enough, Luke Shaw's a fucking shout. Go on then. We'll have Luke Shaw. We've got the money for him. What's the point in not spending his money? Him or Creswell? He's 24. Ooh, Lloyd Kelly. Actually a good player to have, but he's more of a centre back, isn't he? Can play both, I suppose. Tyler Blackett. Tyler Blackett now to... I'm looking for that young edge. What's Regan? Regan Donnellan. He could be another one of my cheeky wonder signings. We all know what I'm on about, viewers. If you watch the Borough saves, you'll know that I absolutely snaffle young players, or half decent younger players, to anything between sort of 19 to 22, 23. Let them grow a tiny bit in the club, i.e. we signed a centre-back, Cypriot centre-back, who ended up, we signed him for 1.1, ended up being sold for, I think, what was it in the end? 3 million? 4 million? Jabanash has been called up. Yeah, big boy. Well done. Happy about that. He speaks English fluently, that's great. We've had all of our bids accepted. Imagine we're signing Ewan Fotheringham. That's something. So Sunderland, Shaw, Batchway and Walcott, all of them accepted. He'll be a fringe player, he's happy about that. He'll be an important player and he'll be a regular starter. That is true. We have got the options now, and Gray might be a shout for selling. I don't think he will be. We've got Edward here, and we've got Big Braithwaite up top, who is actually, I think, going to be fantastic for us this coming season. We finally worked out Starnos is better on the right, Baker's better on the left, Taylor, Nyambe at the back. We've had some half-decent players. I would like to see us sign more. However, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode, guys. This has been a lot more in-depth than the last couple have been. But we are, alas, going on to the Championship. This is how the format will be from now on. It will literally be a two-part episode where I show you what's... In fact, it'll probably be a three-parter. No, it'll be two episodes per season where I start, I show you what the plan is, then the January transfer window and the end of the season will all be as one part. And no, it's probably not enjoyable to watch 22, 23, 24 minutes of this, but hopefully I can shorten it a little bit and make it a lot better, more vibrant and more interesting for you viewers. But that is it, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed this. I know I have, and peace.